What's up, guys? It's Solo back in a video on the second channel, Solo 2.0. Now today, guys, if you've been struggling to hit on MLB The Show 23, you have came to the right place. Or maybe you're hitting solid, but you just want to hit a little bit better. I'm going to give you guys my exact settings, and I'm going to give you guys practice tips, literally everything I know to turn you guys into a better hitter. And I know a lot of you guys know me as a 2K content creator. That's my main platform, my main channel. Got a lot of subs over there, got a lot of views from 2K. But today we're doing MLB The Show. I'm gonna be posting a lot of MLB The Show 23 on this channel, by the way. The Road to the Show series is starting soon. I also posted a pack opening yesterday, which didn't do that good. If you guys want to check it out, you can. But yeah, guys, as you guys can see, we are starting off on the main menu. If you guys are in a game when you're applying your settings, it usually resets. So make sure that you do it once and just save them and you're good. So go to your settings, click settings again, and then go into gameplay. Then you're gonna want to click your right bumper and that'll put you onto the offensive settings, aka the hitting settings. So for base running interface, I have on analog select. Basically what's gonna happen there is you just point to a runner with the left stick, or well, yeah, if you're on PlayStation, it'll be the same thing. I'm on Xbox, but the left stick, you point to the runner. So let's say you have a runner on first, you have a runner on second, whatever. You want to move the runner on first, you point your left stick at him, and you click the base that you want him to go to with the button. So I'm on Xbox, so I have A, B, Y, and X for first, second, third, and home. If you're on PlayStation, you got square, X, triangle, and circle. Sorry, I don't play PlayStation a lot, but yeah, basically that's all it is for base running. Swing input, I have buttons. Now this is crucial because if you have this on something else, I mean, you're just at a disadvantage. So basically, yeah, it says it at the top. A is for a normal swing. So if you just want to do regular swing, that's A. That's what I do 95% of the time. I do a normal swing. B is a contact swing. I pretty much never do this, but if you just want to do a contact swing, play it a little safe, you click B. X is for power swing. This I'll do like 5% of the time. If you're in a certain scenario where you need to hit a home run or you need to hit it far, you swing with the X button. If you're on PlayStation, it would be square. And if you guys are on PlayStation, I mean, it says it up top, but X is for the normal swing and circle is for the contact swing. Now, hitting interface we have on zone. And if you guys are new to MLB The Show, you gotta make sure you have this on zone. If you don't have it on zone, I mean, you're just not gonna be able to keep up with the best players in the game. So what zone basically is it allows you to literally move your stick around and aim and try to hit the ball, with the PCI or whatever. I'll show you later if you don't understand what I'm talking about, but just basically you need zone on. If you have any of these other ones on, you're probably a bot and you're probably just not that good at the game. Put on zone. That's going to give you, the best advantage. These two are locked, so I mean, we don't gotta mess with those. PCI anchor, I have that on preset. I don't think this makes a huge deal. PCI anchor reset, that is kind of important. I have it on batter. And so I'm going to talk a lot about the PCI anchor when we get into like the practice part of this video, because I'm going to give you guys like more tips with that type of stuff, because the PCI anchor, that's kind of crucial for the way that I play, the way that I like to start my at-bats, before he throws the pitch. I like to set my PCI anchor. Basically, it just allows you to change every single batter. Because I have it on batter, I can change where I want to start my PCI and kind of anchor it in by pushing in. I believe it is the right stick. Maybe it's the left stick. I forget which stick it is. But yeah, if you put it on game, you just got to do it once and it's set for the entire game. Or you could do inning, but I like to do batter because each batter, depending on if they're a lefty or a righty, I want to start my PCI in a different spot. So I started on batter, but there are people that I know that started on game. It kind of depends where you like to start your PCI with the anchor. I do use the dots. I know some people that like to turn them off because it's a little distracting, but I like to see them. It's not a huge deal whether you want to have them on or off. It's kind of up to you. Plate coverage indicator, we have this on, and basically what this is this shows you the PCI artwork, as it says on the top of the screen, which is basically all of this stuff. Like if I turn this off, it's all locked. You're not going to be able to see your PCI. You're basically guessing. And so yeah, this is my PCI settings. It's a little different than some other people. Again, PCI stuff's personal preference. Same with where you start your PCI when you want to anchor it in. Your PCI, complete personal preference. Some people like to have a massive PCI. They like to throw on outer, and they'll throw on basic outer and basic inner or wedge, whatever. I like to go none, and all I will use is the centerpiece, which that's just how I like hitting. If that doesn't work for you, it is a small PCI, but I've just gotten used to it. And again, I'll talk later how you guys can get used to it more when we're in more of the practice part of this video, but I like to go circles. It doesn't really matter. You can go diamonds, circles, whatever. But a new one that they added this year is bat. So this is something you guys probably want to try. I haven't really tested it out too much, but I know a lot of the top players have been using it. Now, maybe that's because it's a new game. They just added it in. You know, they don't change up the artwork too much. And now you can use an actual bat as your PCI. So this might be the meta. You know, I might end up changing to that, but right now I'm still using circles. But for sure, try out bat because that one's looking pretty good and a lot of people are using it. I do use yellow for my PCI color. I don't like to use a color that's too dark because that can kind of block the picture if, you know, your PCI is in the way. And then transparency, I use 70%, but to be honest, you can go even lower. You can go 50 if you want, but yeah, I got 70%, none. Guess pitch, we have that off. And vibration, I have that on. Some people like to have that off, but I don't really see why you would have that off. So yeah, those are my main hitting settings. Now, if we press our right bumper once again, we can go to the camera where we have the hitting view. Now, I tend to do strike zone. That's, I feel like, the kind of the meta, the default thing, but I do know there are some people that like to go strike zone high. So you could do that. Also strike zone 2. If strike zone's a little too zoomed in, you know, when I first started playing MLB The Show, strike zone, it's very close. Sometimes those bottom low pitches are kind of hard to read, especially if you're new to the game. You like just be swinging at everything, even if they're in the dirt, you can't read them. Strike zone 2 might help you out a little bit. It's a little bit more backed up. You can kind of see them a little bit better maybe. But yeah, strike zone 2 is probably going to be the consensus best hitting view in the game. So I have on strike zone, and I believe none of this other stuff really matters, but you can copy that down if you want to. Okay, so now that we got our settings out of the way, it's time to show you how to get better in game. And now you guys, you know, you could jump into Diamond Dynasty. This is my team. It's been like a day or two, so you know, this is the team real quick. Actually, no, this is my WBC team to like do like programs and stuff. You know, real quick, I'll just show my team that I got right now. Actually, this isn't even generated best squad. Here we go, generate best squad. This is what I got right now. It's nothing too crazy, just a lot of WBC players. But basically why I'm bringing this up, I mean, you guys didn't have to see my team, but why I'm bringing this up is because some of you guys might think, oh, let me jump into ranked, let me jump into events, let me jump into a CPU game, BR, waste your stubs. You can do that. Honestly, events probably the best thing because you don't really lose anything. If you want to go up against real competition in practice, probably go into events. You know what I mean? You're not losing anything and you're getting some real reps. So events is probably the best way to do that. But if you back out to the main menu, go all the way to the bottom here, custom practice. Now with custom practice, you could pick any hitter in the game you want. So let's say you've been struggling with lefty hitters or righty hitters. You pick a lefty hitter. Let's say I'm struggling with lefties. I'll pick a lefty hitter, and not only with the hitters, the pitchers are the main thing. So let's say you're struggling with a certain pitch. Maybe sinkers are messing you up. Maybe it's cutters, or maybe it's curveballs. Maybe it's low pitches. You can also pick the location of the pitches. If you want pitchers to straight throw you, you know, low curveballs, or if you want them to straight throw you low and in sinkers, they can do that, and you can practice just hitting those pitches. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Brewers for Corbin Burns and then Astros so that we can hit with Jordan. Just let me set this up real quick. I went the wrong way. Okay, that's interesting. And then once you're in the practice, as you guys can see, they are, you know, allowing me to throw pitches. If you want to throw pitches, you can, if you want to practice your pitching or whatever, but this is a hitting video. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to go here and then go to practice type, and we're going to go to batting. So I'm going to hit with Alvarez again. If you want to hit with a lefty, pick a lefty batter. If you want to hit with a righty, pick a righty batter. And we will have Corbin Burns on the mound. Now right here, you can pick their pitch frequency. So for example, sinkers and cutters, those are the main two pitches that are very hard to hit. But let's say you only want sinkers low and in. You can literally pick that right here. Just click right there and bang. That's all he's gonna throw. Let me start it. Now I'm in the box with the lefty Jordan Alvarez, and you can expect a sinker low and in, and you can practice hitting those as I just pop that up under pressure. Of course, right stick, if you push that in, it'll reset the play so you can get some, you know, some quicker pitches. Let me show you how fast it can actually be. And we know a sinker in is coming, and I'm still gonna hit a foul ball. But if you just click the right stick, bang, you're back in the box right away. You're getting a lot of reps fast. Now, if you want a more realistic practice, like I said, cutters and sinkers are the main things that are really gonna be tough to hit. They just curve in different directions, you know what I mean? He throws them both 95 miles per hour. So let's also throw in an off speed. We'll give him a circle change. I don't wanna see it too much, but I do wanna have that sprinkled in just to throw me off every now and then. And we will just, We'll do the corners, so he'll be throwing pitches on the corners. Okay, now I'm in the box. I'm not gonna swing, but look at the PCI anchor. So if you push your left stick in, you see these 9 dots. Pre-pitch, there are 9 dots right here that determine your PCI anchor, and now they're not popping up because I think you can only do it once per Okay, there they are. That was really weird, but this is hard to explain with Corbin Burnes just throwing pitches. Okay, there they are. So I love starting inside. Whether I'm a lefty, in this case, I'm a lefty right now. If I'm on the other side of the box, I'm still starting inside and middle with all of my at-bats. So I always push the left stick in. It's not going to pop it to the last second because it's the second pitch and Corbin Burnes is rushing pitches. But yeah, I always start middle in because that's the pitch that I struggle with. If you have a certain pitch that you struggle with, like I used to always get killed on the inside pitch. So I love starting there, expect an inside pitch, and adjust if it's somewhere else, which I don't know, a lot of people love throwing inside, and that's just what kills me. If you have a certain spot that kills you, maybe it's a low and away, or maybe it's just low pitches in general, you can start there and adjust. So I'm gonna start middle in every pitch, and I'm also gonna spin my thumb around just to, so my thumb is not too lazy. We're ready to make a move and adjust depending on where the pitch is that I just hit one off of Corbin Burnes' face. Also, something you guys can practice in this custom practice is just making short thumb movements. A lot of beginners, let's say they see a pitch going down, even just a little bit, they will completely slam down on their left stick button and drop their PCI all the way down here, just like that. If they see a high pitch, they will fling their left stick all the way to the top. So just work on making very subtle thumb movements, because to be honest, most of the pitches are going to be around the strike zone. Also, something I look at is the pitcher's hand. Follow the pitcher's hand, the ball coming right out of his hand. Just like right now, I'm looking right where my PCI is. I'm looking right here because that's where the hand's going to come out of, and then bang. Just follow the pitch. Again, it's kind of hard at first. If you're new to MLB The Show, the pitches, especially if you're playing a higher difficulty, they're going to come in pretty fast. Kind of hard to pick up. You might be swinging at a lot of balls, but you can work on your plate discipline. And again, like I said, make subtle movements with the thumb, and you can practice that in here. That's something that even I need to still make better, practice more with, because shit, sometimes if I see a pitch that's going low, I just make a quick, not a full slam down on my left stick, but shit, I will misjudge it and just slam down on the left stick. And honestly, just like that, that's a good example right there. See my PCI in the bottom left-hand corner? It's just below the strike zone. So yeah, again, custom practice, probably the best way to practice. Again, it's at the bottom of the main menu screens. You just go all the way to the bottom. If you want to practice against real people, like I said, go into Diamond Dynasty, and I would probably recommend doing events. Battle Royale, that's going to cost you 1,500 stubs. I don't know if you'd want to do that. If you want to versus CPU, I mean, you might as well do custom practice. Let me know if you guys want to see a pitching tips video. Road to the Show Peter Griffin series coming soon, and my pack opening was posted yesterday. Make sure to check that out.